and gentlemen, we are ready to inaugurate the International Convention on the Quality Control Circles, ICQCC 2024, proudly hosted and organized by the Sri Lanka Association for the Advancement of Quality and Productivity. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to light these very special lamps being carried by these beautiful dancers on the stage. And I would like to call upon the following dignitaries to join with us to do the honors in lighting them, marking the inauguration of ICQCC 2024. First, we would like to call upon our keynote speaker here at this gathering, all the way from South Korea, Professor Van Sion Shin, President of the Sri Lanka Association for the Advancement of Quality and Productivity, Chairperson of ICQCC 2024, Dr. Surani Dias, Counselor of the High Commission of Malaysia, Mr. Mohammed bin Tamin, His Excellency, the Ambassador of Indonesia, Dewi Gustina Tobing, Chief Executive Officer of CodeGen, Dr. Harsha Subasinghe, Founder, Chief Executive Officer of English Tea Shop, Mr. Suranga Herat, Founder, President of SLAAQP, Sunil Vijay Singha, Immediate Past President of SLAAQP, Mr. Vipul Kularatna, Deputy Secretary General of China Association for Quality, Ms. Liu Qin, Deputy Secretary General of China Association for Quality, Mr. Hu Jinfeng, Executive Director, Quality Circle Forum of India, D.K. Srivastava, President, Quality Circle Forum of India, Avinash Mishra, President, Singapore Productivity Association, Ms. Lydia Go, Secretariat, Singapore Productivity Association, Mr. Edgar Z, General Manager, the Association of QC Headquarters of Thailand, Mrs. Saisuat Fairat, Executive Advisor, the Association of QC Headquarters of Thailand, Mr. Nopon Fairat, Vice President, Association of Pioneer QC Research, Taiwan, Ye Ji Che, Chief Executive Officer, Association of Pioneer Quality Control Research, Taiwan, Chow Fang Lan, PIC International Convention, Indonesia Quality Management Association, Fita Hanita Neosali, CO PIC International Convention, Indonesian Quality Management Association, Ms. Evelyn, Advisor Director, Center for Management Development, Bangladesh Society for Total Quality Management, AMM Khairul Bashar, Life Member and AGM, Training and Development, Bangladesh Society for Quality Management, Qazi Basnul Haq. All right, thank you very much, everyone. Would like to request you all to go back to your respective seats. And let the light of this very special lamp further enlighten the lives of everyone involved in organizing this edition of ICQCC 2024. Thank you very much to all the dignitaries and the dancers.
to the ICQCC 2024.
It is indeed a great honor and pleasure to welcome all of you, ladies and gentlemen, for the inauguration of this International Convention on Quality Control Circles, ICQCC 2024, proudly organized and hosted by the Sri Lanka Association for the Advancement of Quality and Productivity. This prestigious convention, bringing together the quality practitioners from across the globe, serves as a beacon for the innovation, collaboration, and excellence in quality management. SLAAQP has worked tirelessly to create a platform where the exchange of ideas and best of practices in quality control can flourish, enhancing productivity and inspiring nothing but the change. With the participants from diverse range of industries and countries, especially in the Asian region, ICQCC 2024 is not only a celebration of achievements in quality, but also provides a unique opportunity to learn, network, and explore new horizons in quality management. We are indeed thrilled to have all of you joining us here in Sri Lanka, a country renowned for its heritage of craftsmanship and excellence. We look forward to an event filled with insightful discussions, inspirational success stories, and sessions that will drive the future of quality across industries worldwide. Ladies and gentlemen, before we start everything else, it's time to take a look at the success story of the Sri Lanka Association for the Advancement of Quality and Productivity.
Excellence through quality and productivity is the driving force behind Sri Lanka's leading advocate for organizational improvement. The Sri Lanka Association for the Advancement of Quality and Productivity. Since 1996, SLAAQP's mission has been to transform Sri Lankan businesses and industries through expert-led training workshops, hosting national and international competitions, consultations in quality disciplines, and undertaking comprehensive business transformation programs.
We were established in 1989, known as Quality Circle Association, but in 1996 we changed our name to Sri Lanka Association for the Advancement of Quality and Productivity. Now the Quality Circle concept is generally known as a problem-solving concept. However, it is more than that. It is to bring growth, happiness, and sustainability in an organization as well as benefiting the employee.
Our vision is clear: to be Sri Lanka's premier organization, nurturing world-class excellence in quality and productivity. We achieve this by building a culture of quality across all levels of society, providing platforms for organizations to showcase their achievements, and fostering international partnerships for knowledge exchange and growth. SLAAQP hosts prestigious events including the National Convention on Quality and Productivity, the Green Productivity Awards, the first of its kind in Sri Lanka, recognizing environmental sustainability paired with productivity. Introducing Sri Lanka's first ever Lean Six Sigma Awards, and pioneering the TQM Excellence Award to enhance global competitiveness. SLAAQP also collaborates with renowned international partners to broaden our global impact and offer unparalleled opportunities for our members to elevate their expertise. Our network of partners include the Asian Network for Quality, the Indian Society for Quality, the Quality Circle Forum of India, Dr. Mikhail J. Harry, Six Sigma Management Institute Incorporated, USA, and JUICE, the Union of Japanese Scientists and Engineers. Our results speak for themselves with a track record of empowering organizations to achieve enhanced quality, productivity, and customer experience. Velocity in value creation by reducing waste, variation, and stress on resources. And innovation and sustainable growth aligned with global standards and benchmarks. Join us in the journey toward excellence and high performance. Visit www.slaaqp.org or email us at info@slaaqp.org. SLAAQP, beyond boundaries. Quest for quality, productivity, and innovation.
The story of the Sri Lanka Association for the Advancement of Quality and Productivity. Ladies and gentlemen, with that note, we are ready to formally welcome all of you for this inauguration of ICQCC 2024. Currently, the president of SLAAQP and the chairperson of the ICQCC 2024. She held the position of the General Manager and Chief Executive Officer at one of Sri Lanka's renowned financial institutes, Citizens Development Bank, for more than 2 years. And in 1992, she joined the Bartlett Financial Services and the manager as the manager of operations and eventually becoming a board director, serving from 1992 to 1999. Apart from that, she has been conducting sessions for MBA students on communication skills and supervised more than 300 MBA case study students at the Postgraduate Institute of Management and supervised several research students for PIM MBA program and recently achieved a PhD from PIM Sri Lanka as well. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to call upon. Please welcome the President of the Sri Lanka Association for Advancement of Quality and Productivity for the period 2023-24 and the Chairperson of ICQCC 2024, Dr. Surani Dias, to welcome all of you.
Good evening, everybody. It's my great honor to welcome you on behalf of Sri Lanka Association for Quality and Productivity at the 49th International Convention on Quality Control Circus. We have dreamt about this since 2014 when we last had. We are not ashamed to tell you that in 2014 we had only a few quality circles, but in 2024, 180 quality circles from Sri Lanka will be participating with all the CCM countries and the associations that have come all the way from Asia. We are honored to have all of you here, and especially we have had a tremendous week last week assessing the reports and finding that there are some high quality reports from most of the countries. I thank Mr. Sivasta, who has agreed and trained our judges. It made my life very easy for me, and our technical committee, thank you, sir. And today, I want to really appreciate Professor Wang Shin, whom I met in Vietnam and 9 years ago in South Korea, to be here to deliver the keynote address. And I also want to thank our two country industrialists who have come and who will be speaking to us, Mr. Suranga Herath and Dr. Harsha Subasinghe. We await a very dynamic message from all of you. Looking back, why ICQCC? In 2016, when I went to Thailand, I felt this is the way to go. And at that time, we didn't have much ICQ teams participating. Since that time, I made every effort, regardless of any other currents that I had to face, driving the ICQCC and getting ICQCC into Sri Lanka in 2024. And I thank our CCM for giving us this opportunity to hold it in Sri Lanka in 2024. Our country is a beautiful country, and I hope you will enjoy every aspect of beauty in this country because of the quality that we have been progressing in our country. And I really hope that as a country that can give you the warmness, I thank you for being here. Actually, ICQCC is renowned as the Quality Olympics. So I want to ask all of us who are here, our participants, are you ready for the Quality Olympics starting tomorrow? Are you ready? Thank you, because you have come from different industries and you are waiting to get that gold award. I know that. And last week we had the online, and after 2 hours I got messages, give us our results, give us our results. So I know how excited you are, and we are more than sure that you will not be disappointed. As Thomas Jefferson said, in matters of style, you swim with the current. In matters of principle, you stand like a rock. I thank my council for helping me to be able to swim with them, and at times I had to be a rock. So thank you for all the things that our country, the council, as well as our CCM members have helped us to get all these participants, because without them, it would have not been possible. So thank you once again, and when you have been going through our program starting tomorrow, you will realize we have made it a very different ICQCC for you to enjoy, and that you come again soon. So thank you.
In a world where the pursuit of excellence never rests, one movement has continually united people in advancing quality, boosting productivity, and inspiring innovation. The International Convention on Quality Control Circles, or ICQCC, first convened in Seoul at the Korean Control Conference in 1976, marking the beginning of a tradition. It was proposed that a forum for exchanging ideas and experiences on quality control circle activities should be held regularly among countries. This exchange, they believed, would drive continuous development, contributing to economic growth and strengthening international collaboration. The International Convention on Quality Control Circles, ICQCC, is a distinguished annual event hosted across Asia and extending globally that serves as a vibrant platform for sharing best practices, innovative solutions, and the advancement in quality management. Drawing thousands of participants from 14 member associations, ICQCC celebrates excellence in quality initiatives across various industries. Its growth and success are driven by the dedicated efforts of coordinating committee members, CCM, and their respective associations throughout Asia, each contributing valuable perspectives. Together they advance a shared mission of elevating industry standards and fostering a culture of continuous improvement worldwide. Here unfolds the story of ICQCC, International Convention on Quality Control Circles. This year, Sri Lanka proudly takes center stage as the host of the 49th International Convention on Quality Control Circles, ICQCC 2024. After hosting this prestigious event in 1998 and 2014, we're thrilled to welcome it back to our beautiful island. Known for its stunning landscapes, rich heritage, and warm hospitality, Sri Lanka provides an inspiring setting for this global gathering. ICQCC 2024 will bring together quality experts and innovators from around the world, creating a unique space to exchange insights, strengthen partnerships, and explore the future of quality in an increasingly digital world. ICQCC goes beyond quality improvement. It's about creating an ecosystem where excellence flourishes. It's about collaboration, innovation, and driving progress together toward becoming a world-class force in quality. A quest for quality, productivity, and innovation, and building bridges beyond boundaries.
A circle of quality, going beyond the boundaries, celebrating humanity. It's ICQCC.
Thank you very much, the chairperson of ICQCC 2024 and the president of SLAAQP, welcoming all of you, Dr. Surani Diaz. Ladies and gentlemen, we were expecting the patronage of the Prime Minister of Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka, Dr. Harini Amrasuriya, for the inauguration of this particular program. However, due to her state commitments related to the upcoming general elections that will take place here in Sri Lanka in another 2 days' time, she's not in a position to attend. Nevertheless, she has sent us a special message to commemorate this occasion. Let's have a look at the special message sent by the Premier of Sri Lanka, Dr. Harini Amrasuriya.
Distinguished delegates, friends, and colleagues, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to Sri Lanka for the 49th International Convention on Quality Control Circles 2024. This prestigious gathering, themed Beyond Boundaries, a quest for quality, productivity, and innovation, represents a significant milestone in our nation's journey towards excellence and international collaboration. I'm sorry that I'm unable to be with you in person, and I'm thankful to the organizers for allowing me to send you this video message. As we host over 2,000 delegates from 13 countries, I'm particularly proud to note that this convention showcases Sri Lanka's emerging role as a global hub for dialogue on quality and productivity. The presence of delegates from Japan, China, India, Indonesia, Thailand, Philippines, Mauritius, Bangladesh, Korea, and Singapore underscores the truly international nature of our shared commitment to excellence. The timing of this convention is especially significant for Sri Lanka. As we work to strengthen our economy and enhance our global competitiveness, the principles of quality control and continuous improvement have never been more relevant. The success stories and best practices that will be shared over these 3 days will contribute significantly to our collective knowledge and capabilities. I extend my sincere appreciation to the Sri Lanka Association for the Advancement of Quality and Productivity for organizing this convention. Their dedication to promoting quality standards since 1996 has played a crucial role in elevating our national standards and fostering a culture of excellence. To our international delegates, I encourage you to experience the warmth of Sri Lankan hospitality and exchange in meaningful exchanges that will enrich both your professional and cultural perspectives. The comprehensive program, including business forum, international research conference, and industry visits, offers numerous opportunities for learning and collaboration. As we embark on these 3 days of knowledge sharing and networking, let us remember that quality is not just a technical standard. It is a mindset that drives innovation, sustains growth, and creates values for all our societies. The discussions and connections made here will undoubtedly contribute to the advancement of quality practices across Asia and beyond. May this convention serve as a catalyst for new partnerships, innovative solutions, and sustained excellence in quality management. I declare the 49th International Convention on Quality Control Circles officially open and wish all of you productive and enriching deliberations. Thank you.
The Prime Minister of Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka, Dr. Harini Amarasuriya. With that note, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for a very special performance, a dance performance, and it's time to add more color and glamour through some very special moves of some peacocks on the stage. Please welcome our dancers, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with that colorful note, we are ready for our keynote address. Dr. Sheen, an academician of IAQ, is also a professor of systems management engineering of Sungkyunkwan University, Seoul, Korea, served as the chairman of the Asian Network for Quality, president of the Korean Society for Quality Management and the Korean Society for Public Enterprises, and an external board member of Samsung Engineering Corporation. His teaching and research interests include quality management, technology leadership, and digital transformation. He has delivered several keynote speeches, especially on Korean journey for excellence and quality digitalization in global conferences, including EOQ conference in Porto, Portugal, the National Quality Conference held in Almaty, Kazakhstan, the SQC conference held in Dammam and Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, QMOD ICQCC International Conference in Denmark, China Quality Conference in Beijing, China, Asia Network for Quality Congress in Ho Chi Minh, Vietnam, and Singapore Productivity Conference in Singapore, and the International Conference for Quality Control Circles in Korea. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Van Sion Shin for the keynote address.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's really my honor to give my keynote speech at this podium. Thank you for Dr. Surani for inviting myself for this position and all the delegates from different countries. Having seen that beautiful cultural dance, I see the quality and productivity of Sri Lanka. You have witnessed the quality of historic, the cultural dance, and it was conducted by only 11 people. 10 ladies and 1 gentleman. That's also very productive to make a perfect historical and traditional dance. I really congratulate the excellent performance Why don't you give a big hands for the cultural dance team once again? Great job. That was the best performance I have ever seen in my career. Thank you very much. Well, today I'm going to introduce some cases of Korea's journey for excellence. I call it the Korea's miracle quality. Actually, the Dr. Surani and Sri Lanka team suggest this theme and topic. So it is my honor to name Korea's experiences as miracle case. Well, to come to this Colombo for the first time in my life, I asked my doctoral student, Ho-jun, to take get some photos from about the Colombo. You see that the Colombo in 1900. I mean, that's very good, very beautiful. 1920, very clean and decent. 1950, outstanding. 1980, 2010 and 2024, to me, Sri Lanka is really outstanding. Now I'll show you, outstanding, thank you. Now I'll show you how Korea looks like in those years. You see that 1900, that is the Seoul city. 1900. 1950, wow, that was really terrible. During that time, we had the Korean War. That Seoul city, we had nothing but small villages and just mountains, 1950. And then we began to expose our development during the period of 1980. We had Seoul Olympics in 1988. So the people call it as the miracle of Han River. We have a big river in Seoul City. Well, that with all those things, we were able to develop in various sectors. So I call it as slope, quality slope for Korea, slope. I love that the word slope. Well, this is GDP of some main the countries, including Japan and Korea, India. If you include China here, China's GDP is so rapidly growing up, it spoils the figure. So I just dropped out that. Well, India and Vietnam and Indonesia, they are picking up the GDP by having some partnerships and factories from other countries. Actually, in terms of quality and productivity, this figure is the main thing. GDP per capita, GDP per person. As you see, these days we are surpassing Japanese GDP per capita. It is really very difficult, the result, moving from the middle and low level to the upper level of the world. I think Korea has shown different slope for development. This is what I believe your future. If you don't change your slope for the future, your situation will be identical no matter how much time you spend. But if you change your slope right now, it is not going to change tomorrow. However, it will change your destiny after 3 years, 5 years, and 10 years. This is my life lesson. It is hard to change tomorrow. No matter what you do today, tomorrow is almost the same. You go home, you return, you work, and things are moving as usual. However, it's relatively easy to change 3 years after. 5 years later. You can do it only if you change your angle toward your future. That's what we call it. This is how we changed in Korea. We worked very hard. We had a good strategy. We had a good leadership. Among all those, we had great partnerships with many different countries. We thank you for them. We were really busy to learn from others. This ICQCC, we are here to learn each other, one another. So we are all having different slope and different angles for the future, I think. Well, that's partnership. So I think the key for the success of the changing your angle or your slope for the future is partnership and benchmarking. And Dr. Surani, he came by Changwon several years ago, and then immediately he contacted me to learn something from Korea. I appreciate her effort, and then I appreciate many friends from different countries for learning each other. Well, as you know, we have Samsung, we have Hyundai, LG, all those main companies. They have become major companies in the world through those partnerships and benchmarking. Well, checking the Sri Lanka, I see some collaboration effort between Sri Lanka and Korea. Actually, they are doing it with many countries around the world. So having seen their effort for partnerships and benchmarking and collaboration, I feel very positive about the future of Sri Lanka. Why don't you give a big hands for leadership of Sri Lanka people? Thank you, thank you. Great job, thank you. Thank you. Well, now I want to show the Korea slopes, the Korea slopes, what we have done for those years. For quality and productivity, this is the key. You have government vision, you have organizational vision, you have a unit and regional vision, you have personal vision. The key is to align personal vision with the government vision. That's the key. Well, Korea has done the New Village movement. We changed to environment of Korean mountains. It was very barren, but now it's full of trees. And then we had can-do spirit. We can do it. Yeah. When I was a kid, we were all saying that the can-do spirit. How were you able to do that? So I say that mindset, people's mindset, people's belief in changing their future, not just themselves, but the competitiveness of the government. That belief will change the future. How Korean people have done it? For the New Village movement, government supported only if they studied self-help. If they start working with the shovels and then if they spend a lot of time for remodeling or renovating their road, house, and then street, then government support cement and steel by that much. Keeping them that. Even these days for smart factory, that's last year information. Government support many small and medium enterprise for 50% for smart factory. For large corporation, they support only 20%. I mean, you guys are a big company, so you support yourself, you support your suppliers. But for assessment, and then the SME, ERP, e-cloud ERP systems, they support 100% and 80 to 90%. That's what we do. government support if they try to change, if they try to improve, if they try to innovate their work field. You start first. You have that mindset. Then we'll help you to change your organization. But that's not easy. I mean, in old days, that's left side, that's who we were. That's when I grew up. I had a mindset, I had ownership, but young people, the MZ generation, they are different. See, to your right, 37.5%. They flop. They move after just 1 year of employment. Yeah, 1/3 of people are moving around after they get a job to find a better place. The second information, 1,252. That's the year of the number of lawsuits, students complaining their teachers. I mean, that many, every year that many students are complaining by law about their teachers, their mentors. It's changing. There's one survey that 66% of Korean 30s, the young 20 to 30 years old people, they want to migrate to other countries by 66%. Can you believe this? I mean, I feel that Korea has done a great job thus far, but these youngsters, they are saying, hey, we want to find a better place to live. They're new generation. That's our homework to do. With all those new generation, we have to maintain that we have to align personal vision to national and government vision. How we do that? How we do that? I think the quality control circle is one good example. You participate, and you teamwork. You execute many trial and errors, and then you do some problem solving, and then you get the result. You participate. Through your participation, you show your learning attitude. You begin your innovation yourself. Yeah, teamwork. You communicate. Laterally, horizontally, you communicate to the CEOs of organizations. And then through the problem solving, you show your passion toward your unit, your region, and your organization. And then whenever you see the result, now you earn loyalty. I think all the quality control circle teams who are visiting this time, I think they are going to overcome all those minor problems. Let's give them big hands for all the representatives of attending this Congress. I think maintaining this culture of the quality control circle, teamwork, and TFT, all these efforts will be the answer for overcoming the gap between generations. Without this type of teamwork, we couldn't solve any of the problems between the generations. Also, we need professionals. We need experts. Korea, every year we are recognizing about 300 professionals in quality, 100 gold medals, 100 silver medals, and 100 bronze medals. And also we are recognizing quality maestros. I mean, as of last year, we had about 1,552 the maestros for quality. We have those leaders, their passion and their professionals. I see many of countries, I mean, these days, they recognize, they certify the professionals. Also, we need vision. We need a vision to move along. Korea, they propose, they make the 5-year plan. They started from 1960, and for quality, they started in 1998. You see the keyword, world class in 1998. Yeah, first class, sustainability, smart quality, and detail quality. Actually, I involved to plan 4 of the 5 national plans for the past 20 years. Key is that we need to have vision. So in summary, this is what you have to do. You have to begin with good mindset. You must have professionals. You must have vision. Combining all these 3, you must build quality first leadership. Through that way, you can create new demand, and then motivation and competitive environment, working hard and learning each other. See, that's Korean K-pop. I mean, you know that as BTS, they're the teamwork. They stay the same place for 1 year, about 1.5 years. Within that period, all day long, they try all different types of scenario, plans, and that. Through those 1.5 years of, very critical period, they learn mindset. They learn mindset to be the best in the world. It's not just come from overnight. They have done it. They failed thousands and 10,000 trials during those periods. That's how they do it. With the period, with their passion, there are fans of people they call army. The army, the fans, the fandom, the fan groups, they translate every action of these BTS over the world. If you are very genuine and then authentic, then you build up fans. Within your organization, if you're really working with your good mindset, good attitude, you will have good supporters within your organization, within your region. That's what to do. This is how the army, the fans, they have the activities over the world. Mindset. About Korea, the Medicare and then cosmetics. They say that 52.4%, they choose hospital based on quality. Second, price, quality and price. Korea is outstanding in Medicare and then cosmetics. How? This is how they do it. To be medical doctor, to be pharmacist, you must be top 2% of high school graduate. For medical doctors, you must be 1% of Korean people to be in that area. So right now, for a long time, for the past 10 to 20 years, best talented people have chosen medical sectors. I think that takes why quality and productivity in medical sectors. Yeah, talent and then professionals and then experts. So they also use the artificial intelligence. To your right, that's the image generated by the AI. So they see before they change their face how they look like. So with combining with the artificial intelligence, they really innovate many things. K-food also is very popular in many places. It's working for different things, but most of all, they try to have global vision for sharing and showing K-food. Mindset, professionals, and then globalization, global vision. That was what. Well, this is what happened in 1969. There was Apollo 11. At the time, the personal computer was called the AGC, Apollo Guidance Computer. And I often call what we have, smartphone, as the human guidance computer. What you have right now, the smartphone, is 80,000 times faster and then 8 million times larger in memory as compared to Apollo computer. It's time to change our leadership something. It is time to change our quality. I mean, quality circle is okay, every activity is okay, but it's time to change our way of doing quality. That's what I call open quality, open quality. In Korea, use the AI and digital twin, machine learning is everywhere. Military, finance, energy sector, agriculture, healthcare, all the education, transportation, construction, art and science. Everywhere there is something about AI, artificial intelligence, digital twin, machine learning, big data things. We have to change. The change has to be this way. You have to show, you have to open your quality to customers. If you do not open your quality to customers, they will open your quality through SNS machines, SNS systems. You have to open, and then you have to be transparent. In theory, there was trend from small Q, big Q, and then open Q. The open Q was proposed by myself. We are working on it for 9 years. So this is what we summarized what the open Q is about. Small Q, you inspect. Big Q for high-level systems, you audit. For open Q, you use delta zero to check any possible problems. From PDCA, it will change to DAP. Things will change that way. Yep. From now on, you have to check your maturity of quality by this notion. Measurement level, traceability level, connectivity level, integration level. Rather than scoring your performance, you have to classify your maturity. Yeah, open quality, and then MPCI, and then DAP must be your future for your new era. This is my last slide for my lecture. I mean, this is the last year I've been to Peking and Porto and Vietnam and many other places. I have written a book called The Open Quality, short book, but it's not translated in English. But I'm sharing that we are the leaders. We are the leaders not only just for Asia, but also for the global ways. I congratulate ICQCC this time, 49th, and then I wish your best success in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Van Sion Shin. I would like to call upon now on stage Dr. Surani Dias, President of SLAAQP and the Chairperson of ICQCC 2024, along with Mr. Vipul Kularatne, immediate past President, and Dr. Nirmale De Silva, Vice President and Head of the Technical Committee of SLAAQP, on stage to present our keynote speaker with a special token of appreciation. Everyone give it for Professor Van Sion Shin, keynote speaker. All right, thank you very much. You may resume your respective seating in the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, before we move on with the two inspirational addresses by two industrialists, it's time to enjoy yet another very special cultural fusion dance performance by our dancers. Shall we all put our hands together, give dancers also yet another big round of applause. Come on.
Tun 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 tunak tun.
what a performance it was. Ladies and gentlemen, just to keep you all informed that tomorrow evening, there'll be yet another very special cultural event. Guess what? With the participation of our member countries. So your own teams will be performing tomorrow evening as well. So do keep your fingers crossed for that as well. Having said that, it gives me great pleasure to call upon, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Harsha Subhasinghe to talk to us, whose life is a blend of vision, innovation, and deep wisdom. He's not just a leader in the world of technology and business, but also a true visionary committed to creating a sustainable future. As the president and the CEO of CodeGen International and the co-founder of Vega Innovations, he has been at the forefront of pioneering advancements in AI, electric vehicles, and green energy solutions. Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you Dr. Harsha Subhasinghe.
So, good afternoon. As Professor Wan said, the last dance was, I think it was amazing. Very high quality, the backdrop, dancers, combination of dancing, and the music. I think even the music is authentic as well. So every single thing is actually representing the creativity, innovation, and also execution with the extremely high quality. So give a round of applause for the whole. I think there's so many people behind that must have organized it. I'll go through a little story. I promise, I always promise not to take much of time. But yeah, I started this company about 20 years ago on my own, back in UK. And I came to Sri Lanka, and I got 2 people to work with me. And nobody wants to work in a company where you have a very small space. But after I got about 3 people, 1 left, and the 2 people decided to stay with me. And in there, it's only my mother bought me 3 computers, and she was the only investor, the only investor who doesn't have no shares. So, so that my mother gave me the support, and from there onwards we grew, and today we have about nearly 1,000 over employees on Technique. So in our journey, we have focused on we have a predominantly software company, but then we are across the globe, and we have offices all around the world. And also, today we've grown up to become about 1,000 odd engineers are working with us right in Sri Lanka, and also in UK and Middle East, as well as in India as well, and also US. So after about making decent amount of money, revenues from our software industry, consciously we decided that we wanted to save the planet. So because of that, we started to diversify our business models so that we can have software solutions, and we can have mobility solutions, and then we can have services, and then we can have energy or renewable energy solutions, and then also we will have agriculture. So what we really wanted to have was the sustainable energy, sustainable transportation, sustainable agriculture, and then sustainable education. So those are the areas that we have picked about 10 years ago. And from there onwards, we started building very clever products right in Sri Lanka. So in here today, these are the type of portfolio of vehicles that we manufacture. So you understand that the Sri Lanka was not a kind of a nation that ever built even a bicycle. And those days, because we were not believing in that we can build anything, something beyond. So we wanted to change the landscape of Sri Lanka so that we can build whatever the rest of the world can do. And in there, that I took a huge challenge and to say that first ever thing that I touched was let's build a supercar. That's in 10 years ago. So 10 years ago, when you compare, it's ourselves, Tesla, Fisker Karma, and there was another company, and there's only about 4 companies believe in electric vehicles. And we believe in electric vehicles, and also we built this particular first ever supercar using, it has a 300 kilometers range, and it has 0 to 60 under 3 seconds, and also it has about 950 bhp. And today, this was actually, this is the only car in the history of Sri Lanka that has taken to international, and also it is the only car that has been showcased in Geneva Motor Show, and also it is the only car that has been fabricated every part in Sri Lanka. So, and it has achieved in such a manner. Yeah, thank you. So this particular car, even the seats or interior, every single thing has been designed and developed in Sri Lanka. And then also, this is the only car that has been registered in Sri Lanka as a made in Sri Lankan car at that time. So we never had a regulation how to register a car that has been manufactured in Sri Lanka, but in the last few years, we actually now have regulations that how to build a car in Sri Lanka and also register in Sri Lanka. And it happened to be a supercar as well. So in this car, all these things, all the parts have been designed and developed by ourselves. So the battery packs to the controllers, and they are very high-end controllers because you need to run about 800 volts, 600, 700 amps in order to reach about 2.8 seconds, 2.9 seconds. But our production car, we are anticipating to reach about 1.9 seconds. So that is going to be a huge goal for us. And in there, all the electronics, all the softwares, all the firmwares, all the hardwares, every single thing is actually designed and developed by ourselves. And this is actually now registered and running on the road. And this has a very sentimental value and also historic value as well. So back in about 8-9 years ago, we designed and developed. Still, it looks pretty cool. So then we decided our majority of our transportation, if you guys know, we have about 1.2 million tuk-tuks, and we also have 4.5 million motorbikes, and also we have 850,000 other vehicles. So because of that reason, if you're going to save the carbon footprint in Sri Lanka, the best way to do that is to convert the tuk-tuks into electric and also get a tuk-tuk something much better than what it is today. And also, we wanted to make sure that we get all the bicycles to become electric, so that way the Sri Lanka can save about $3.5 billion of fuel, and also it can actually save quite a lot of lives, and also what it can do is it can save at least about 6 trillion tons of carbon dioxide as well, because one tuk-tuk produces about 6,000 tons of carbon dioxide per year, and then we have 1 million of them. So that's about 6 trillion tons of carbon dioxide. So in this kind of design, as a quality, as a design concern, we want to make sure that we actually change the whole perception of tuk-tuk so that we call it an ETX, that means elevated transport experience, than just to call a tuk-tuk where you have no much of a safety standards. So we make it to look quite cute, so that whenever you have these kind of vehicles in a town or any other areas, it looks good, and it's very compact as well. And then if you compare with our competitors, we want to make sure that we build something much better than the competitors will do. And then also, we are the only tuk-tuk where you can actually convert to become a cargo as well as a passenger. And it's the only tuk-tuk has a subframe inside, where it actually gives you a very, very high safety standards as well. And then again, this one has air conditioning built in as well. So if you close the door, and it has air conditioning inside. And then nowadays, a tuk-tuk that has been manufactured right now. And this is the first ever vehicle manufacturing plant that ever done in Sri Lanka is this particular ETX. Until such time, it was assembly plants, not manufacturing plants. So that was also a great achievement for us as Sri Lanka, because Sri Lankan, we didn't have how to make a manufacturing plant. We have the experience of how to make assembly plants. So this is also achieved by using that. And also, if you look at as a global scale, I don't think that larger, bigger vehicles can't be tolerated, because tuk-tuk is about 450 kilograms. Mercedes or BMW is about 2,500 kilograms. So why would you spend 2,000 kilograms more to carry 4 passengers, and when you can do the same thing for about 450 kilograms of passengers? So we want to make sure that we utilize as least amount of natural resources so that we can protect those resources for the future generations to come. And if you go then, I'm not going to play quite a lot about this. But it's a bigger video, I will cut it down. And then we also made one of the other most important part for a country like Sri Lanka is the tractors. So we make a tractor replacement by ATV. So today we manufacture the most powerful ATV in the world right now. So it has 4 motors. It actually can do about 150 kilometers per charge, and it can charge it less than 1 hour. And then also, if you look at the supercar that we have created, is actually a battery that 10 years ago, a battery that has been manufactured in Korea. So that battery is actually having 30C discharge rate and 10C charging rate. And even today, theoretically, we can charge the car in about 1 minute, but practically, it takes only about 15 minutes to do so. So, but that particular company is still the #1 on those C rating right now, and it's actually a Korean battery cell. In here, we also have these agriculture attachments, so that you can truly use it as a sports vehicle, as well as you can use it as a vehicle where you can use it in agriculture as well. So these are some of the videos that actually shows you how our performance are, because whenever we make a product, we don't cut the corners down. We don't want to do cheap and braking solutions. We want to make sure that we make very expensive, not a very expensive, very cheap, but high quality products in Sri Lanka. It's actually, I played a little bit of video to show their performances. All right, so now we are working with some of the other companies with India just to make the drivetrain for the buses, so that we can make a drivetrain at least about 20-30% less than the commercial drivetrains out there in the market right now. Today that we have running business where we convert existing tuk-tuks into electric within 2 hours. So you give your old tuk-tuk back, and it will convert into electric within about 2 hours and re-register and give it to you back in the next very day. So that way that we are not only selling our own product, but also we do the conversions as well, so that will also contribute to reduce the carbon footprint. So that is also, we all, whenever we design anything, we make sure that it's actually waterproof, IP68 standards, and just to making sure that it doesn't have any compromising by buying any of these products. Again, that we decided, like Sri Lanka, when I was looking at it, I realized like Sri Lanka never tried to make a motorbicycle. And I said, like, why didn't you make a motorbicycle? So what I did was I bought a few motorbikes, and I rode one of the top motorbikes, whatever I can buy in Sri Lanka, and then we built our own motorbike. So today we have a motorbike that has about 350 kilometers range. It will charge under 20 minutes, and it has a power of about 30 kilowatts. So we are actually now competing with people like Yamaha and Kawasaki and all that kind of guys. And then also we have a boat that has been converted, because the boats are also producing huge amount of carbon. It utilizes a lot of fuel, and now converting the boats into electric, what it does is like it actually reduces a huge carbon footprint, and the cost has gone by 8-fold less when you convert that one into electric itself. So these are existing boats, but what we want to do is to make those boats to become much better efficiency, so that way that it actually need less power than what it is now. Again, this is my car on the right-hand side. It's actually the car that has been converted to become electric. And today, that is the fastest Mini somebody has ever built in the history of the world. So what is holding today is about 6.7 seconds. This can go 0 to 100 in about 4.4 seconds. So it's a massive achievement for us in putting so much of technology on a very small car and having that particular power behind it as well. So that is also been done. Next, what we want to do is like even if you have electric vehicles, we need to have charging. So because of that reason, we built our chargers 10 years ago, and today we have matured into a level that we export our chargers as well. So we are the only people who can charge, fast charge the tuk-tuks and also the motorbikes as well. And also we have chargers from 22 kilowatt to 75 kilowatt to 300 kilowatt. So 300 kilowatt, 150 kilowatt is a very, very fast chargers where you can charge Tesla in about 20 minutes, half an hour or so with the 300 kilowatts battery charger. So again, that we are the largest charging network right in Sri Lanka, and they are all IoT devices, all connected. And then also today in Sri Lanka, we can go around in Sri Lanka in electric vehicles using our charging network. So our anticipation is also taking those charging networks into India, and then we also have it in Kenya, and also we have that one in Georgia as well, exporting the Sri Lankan-made products into those countries as well. So today we make absolutely fabulous batteries, not only for vehicles, but also vehicles means that for motorbikes and tuk-tuks and supercars, and also now we do that one for UAVs as well. And today we also have active researchers running on every single university in Sri Lanka and every laboratory. In there we make our own battery cells, and today we make the battery cells using sodium, and also we make battery cells using flow batteries as well. So that one day Sri Lanka has graphite, and we have one of the cleanest graphites in the world. We have about 96%, 97% purity on graphite. So, and we have activated carbon. Using both of them, we actually now, hopefully, we will be able to produce mass-scale battery manufacturing in about next 2 years or so, right in Sri Lanka. Sorry, I'm missing the button. So, 10 years, we've been researching on eVTOLs. And today, we have already built this eVTOL to carry 1 passenger. So the advantage of the eVTOL is like I can go from here to Kandy within about 40 minutes, and it's going to cost me only about $5 or so. So if I have solar, I don't have to cost that one as well. It has a lot of safety standard that has been built into it, so that even if you have any of these unfortunate accidents or something like that, it has also parachutes that it actually lands the eVTOL. And here that we use it as a spray drones, and we also have, all of them are fully autonomous, and then, so we don't need the runways. We need only about parts, or the air parts go A to B, and then you can utilize those kind of things. And I think in the future of the travel will be the drones, and also urban mobility will be like small tuk-tuk kind of a thing, so that way that we can put the huge footprint down. So all of them are like fully guided, it's self-learned, and it has built on so much of AI into it. And then those AIs are solutions that we provide is like you have a house, and then you have your own battery that powers the house, you have your own solar, and you have the car that is also electric. So we want to make sure Sri Lanka will be self-sustainable on the power and self-sustainable on transportation as well. And then we went to, now, one of the bigger problems in Sri Lanka is also we have severe weather conditions, and sometimes the crops doesn't work very well. So we design so much of AI solutions so that we can grow and precisionally control agriculture and from our computers and using AI. So these are our solutions that we provide in agriculture, and whole host of solutions from the fertigators to AI to automatically fertigate them, and also it actually has the whole crop management solutions as well. So in that way that we will save at least about 70% fertilizer cost, 80% water cost, and also we save about 85% operational cost as well. So that way that we want to make sure that we go from the farmer directly into the consumer directly and applying the whole chain using our own electric vehicles so that we are guaranteeing your food will be delivered to you with a zero emission. So that is our vision that we want to achieve on the agriculture side. I'm not going to play with this one quite a lot. These are like AI-driven solutions that has been developed for that. And these are the farms that we actually grow right now in Sri Lanka. It's quite a lengthier video. And also, all these goods that produce from our farms, you can get it from supermarkets everywhere. So it's another business model for us. We grow and we sell it on supermarket, and we are guaranteeing that these are organic as well. And then also, what we want is like going from there onwards, from the greenhouse to the plate itself. So what we did is, in our if you know that 1 kilogram of carbon dioxide is about this height of a bowl, and then if you have about like 20 kilograms, is about just quarter of this particular space. So to grow 1 chicken will cost you at least about 100 kilograms of carbon dioxide. So if you save 1 piece of chicken, that means you can actually save 1/4 of carbon dioxide filling up in this particular place. So because of that reason, we create a vegetarian restaurant chain called Love Cafe, so that the Love the Planet. So we are making meat alternatives so that the people can at least keep 1 or 2 meals without having meat and try to become vegetarian. So that's another things that we have taken. We try to make delicious as possible so they're not going to lose any of these appetites for having meat. So the last one I want to show it to you is like what we are thinking right now, because my PhD also in AI. So I was predicting what is going to happen to this world 20 years ago, but nobody listened to me. But today, after 22 years later, we are the largest investor in AI solutions for the last 15 years or so. But doing so, now you all realize that the AI is going to change the world. So today, if you look at any of these LLMs, large language models, and their intelligence grows up. And today, their intelligence is much higher than the humans. And then intelligence levels is growing up in a way, when you add an agent in front of a large language model, the agent's intelligence is also growing, and also large language intelligence is also growing. So decision making, their reasoning, is going to be much better than humans' reasoning. And today, the whole thing is about what will happen to our jobs tomorrow? What will happen to the traditional jobs that we have done right now? Do we really need a doctor every single day because these guys can diagnose that? Do you need an engineer because they can do that? Do you need a coding guy who wants to write it? Because you don't. You can just write the spec and it'll write the code for you. So all these things. Would you need somebody to go there and listen to a lecture and then listen to that particular information, and you ask the question, why do you want to do that? If you have a problem, and large language models will tell you how to do it, and when to do it, and what to do it. So if I trying to learn how to build this particular table, it's a long-winded way. But if it says, take this particular thing, fix it into this one, then take the other one, now glue it, take the third one, it will done, and it will give you all the instruction. By the time you finish the instruction, you have built the table. So whatever that you're going to learning and doing it, and also whatever that you are assembling and somebody is directing you, Directing you is the way of future of learning for the people. So in that sense, I don't know universities to, maybe for all the schools, they have to reinvent themselves today. If they don't, it's going to be absolutely useless as well. So today what we did is like all these technologies we developed in this urban environment. So my question was like, why do we do all these things in urban environment when Sri Lanka has a beautiful location and the beautiful places that where you can do the same thing? So that you can have a lush land, beautiful looks, beautiful surrounding, and that is where that we build something called RISE. The RISE means like rise of mind, rise of people, rise of humanity, and rise of intelligence. So we actually make this particular place quite opposite way to the other way, which is we are recruiting the young kids at age of 16, 17, 18, 16 or 17 from the legal age onwards. And then what we are trying to do is actually training them using AI to do AI jobs. And then we are trying to give them food, lodging, and these kind of beautiful chalets for them to enjoy. And it actually have a power that is being generated using solar. And also we have night storages in there. We have our own water. We have our own cultivation. So we are about 75% to 85% sustainable inside that particular village. And then through that, we realized that the kids start loving it because they love, because they live, they work, they can work whenever they want it. But we do quite a lot of things on precision agriculture, and then also all robotic agriculture. And then we're trying to make organic as possible food, and then also we use every single thing autonomous as well. So through that, you see our own chargers and own technology. I think nobody has ever tried to do a technology or AI technology center far apart up on a hill that nobody has ever been there before. So that is what we do right now. And then we have all these facilities that has been given to the kids over there. And there is a trick for this. The thing is that this is the last bit of mine. The problem that we are going to face right now is that we are sitting in here and we are reasoning every single thing with the sensors that we have. Our world is with a very small amount of sensors that we got. So our visual range is about 4 picohertz to about 8 picohertz, and our our hearing is about 2 hertz to about 20,000 hertz. So this whole universe and the whole nature is far beyond that. So whatever that we know as science and whatever that we call it science is only concise to less than 0.1% of what is happening in this particular universe or what is happening in this particular nature itself. So we are taking less than 0.1% and we are thinking that we know it all. Because our visual range is very small. Our hearing range is very, very small. So our reasoning, what we think that we are real, we don't know how this grows. We don't know what will happen tomorrow. We don't even know whether there is a rat or mouse or anything in here. But we are training models, we are training visual models, but using infrared, thermal, and things like that. So in my models in the future, it can say, under your seat there is a mouse, or cockroach. If you don't take your bag and go, it's going to eat it. But the human vision is not there. Human doesn't see the thermal imaging. And human will never be able to predict that and give you that particular reasoning. And likewise, in the future, it will develop to more and more and more. And I think it will go into a quantum level as well. So where the models can recognize changes of patterns with a completely different sensors. So in that way, the entire AI will have ESP, extrasensory perception. So when the computer systems has extrasensory perception, and we are measuring that one against humans' perception, and always ESP is going to win. And today, if you know the agents, now agents can update themselves by writing their own code. And that way that you don't have to go there, and even if you go to the Claude new version, it will say, would you like me to add this and that one and that one? Because it's already giving you advice that we should add this one so that your product is going to be much better. So whenever you give the ESP into that, the situation is going to get worse, and it's going to happen. In that way, the human reasoning is going to be absolutely useless. human mind is going to be absolutely useless. So this is where we realize all the humans have to rise of their mind. So they have to make sure that they will meditate and they will go back in age where that we go into the ancient wisdom. So that is where the rise is made. And as long as we have all this top AI and all that kind of stuff, we also have these kind of caves where you can go there and you can go back into the ancient wisdom. Because the ancient wisdom will be the only one can beat AI in the future, that is guaranteed. In the future, the people will, AI will ask, even if you go there and ask the AI tomorrow, who is going to, who are you going to recruit? It will definitely go there and says that I want a person with the wisdom, not with the knowledge. Because the wisdom, it will see a world in a multidimensional. With the knowledge, it will do a thing with a two-dimensional world. So because of that reason, we started RISE, and then inside the RISE, we make sure that we educate people how we can go back to the ancient wisdom. So that is where our story is, and this is just a little story about Sri Lanka.
The third fastest electric car in the world is called the Vega. Okay? It's 900 horsepower. You go look it up in your separate browser window that you've been browsing while we've been watching this webinar, and go check out the Vega. It's a car, 900 horsepower. It's being designed, engineered, and built in Sri Lanka.
I've been to Sri Lanka twice.
That hotbed of automotive innovation.
Elephants.
Okay. If you can, they have no ecosystem, no expertise, no experience, no funding, and they've never done this before. I'm going to suggest to you that if you can build the third fastest electric car on an island of fishermen and farmers, you can do anything, anywhere. So right now...
So that is what the external world think about us, but today we change the whole perception of what the world is thinking. So, and finally, we, as a company, wherever I go, I'm trying to use every single person. It doesn't matter who they are. I just wanted to make sure that we all help together to save this particular planet again. And then thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Harsha Subasinghe, CEO of CodeGen, for those words of utmost wisdom. Would like to call upon on stage Dr. Surani Dias, President of SLAAQP and the Chairperson of ICQCC 2024, Mr. Dumidu Ranavira, Council Member of SLAAQP, and Mr. Udita Senaratna, Council Member, on stage to present Dr. Harsha also with a special token of appreciation. All right, thank you very much. We have one more inspirational address by yet another industrialist from Sri Lanka, Mr. Suranga Herath, CEO of English Tea Shop Organic. He's an advocate of building purpose-led businesses that prioritize sustainability. English Tea Shop was established to address the significant social challenge of wealth and knowledge inequality through innovative practices such as creating shared value and open book management. His vision supports a transformative organic tea revolution that empowers organic farming and promotes employee ownership. Suranga has also worked closely with peers in the Sri Lankan tea industry to develop a national sustainability framework for Ceylon tea. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Suranga Herath, CEO, English Tea Shop Organic UK Limited.
evening, everyone. Congratulations, SLAAQP, for putting this up. Amazing gathering, and to get so many countries to participate. And huge congratulations for that, but no congratulations for getting me on stage, especially after Professor Wang Xin, his mind-blowing presentations over the last couple of days on the Korea miracle, and then our own Harsha. And would you even imagine it? They put me, an ordinary tea guy, to talk after Harsha. So I've decided, I told them early on as I was invited, that I'll not be talking about English Tea Shop today, rather something that's more important even from a practitioner's perspective, because I know there is quite a lot of countries present, there is quite a lot of academics, policymakers, and government representatives. So I thought I'll use my 28 years of experience being in a very, starting off in a very commodity-style tea operation to what we have built over the last 14 years is when we moved out of commodity, private labeling, low-level value addition to extremely high premium positioning, but nothing compared to what Harsha showed you. So I'm not going to show you anything there. I'll allow you to guess. But, the positioning we achieved and, the things we've done, I guess, have shown that Sri Lanka is, let's put it this way. This forum is about productivity and quality. But over the last so many decades since we entered the industry and even before that, I guess productivity has been applied in legacy industries in improving how we do things, improving processes, cutting costs. I think the productivity for tomorrow, the way I like this theme, looking beyond and collaborating for something new, because I guess as Harsha also, alluded to, productivity for tomorrow is going to be different. Productivity lessons, whether you sit right on the top now or whether you sit where Sri Lanka is, we went bankrupt 2 years ago and we are rebuilding. And I think rebuilding in a very promising way, I guess productivity and quality has to be redefined. And that's what I'm going to do in my very short address. And the organizers told me that I have to make my address quite short because we've run over time. So I'll quickly jump into this idea to present a picture, because I have no presentations, at least to paint a picture in your minds about Sri Lanka's current situation. Sri Lanka's current situation, as Harsha said, we saw this coming a couple of decades, isn't it, Harsha? We saw this decline from like early 2000s when we set out business. The whole road to bankruptcy was not only political doing, it's us as well. So this is why I thought, as an entrepreneur who's been in business for my 28th year, we should share this responsibility. Now politics of Sri Lanka is changing, but I think we need to, as business people, take stock of what we have done, what we have achieved. And if we want to build more entrepreneurship, like what Harsha presented, as Professor Wang Xin said, he was telling in my ear, this is Elon Musk of Sri Lanka. So if you want more Elon Musks of Sri Lanka to each of our industries, we need to first appreciate the current position. So here, I think the first thing, I've been following this Harvard Growth Labs Economic and Export Complexity Index, a brilliant bit of tools, at least for the last 10 years. And I've used that in each of my talks. Usually my slides start with the Harvard Growth Labs Index, comparing countries like US to China to Korea to Japan to Sri Lanka, right? So again, because of lack of time, I'll jump into Korea, for example. The rise of Korea, they started from the bottom. Professor Wang Xin showed us. And how they, went up to becoming, I think by 2022, they'll hit number 2, but the latest statistic available on the Growth Labs tool is, you guys are in number 3. Followed very closely by most of our friends here in the Asian countries. So you are in number 3 with a very, very high score of 2.04. Number 3 with 2.04, with Japan leading for the last 10 years, maintaining their position with a very high score of 2.26. Now, paint this, I'll try to paint this picture. This Growth Labs toolkit shows the complexity of an economy, the complexity of exports of nations competitively, right? Putting them together. So this is probably the best value addition index that the world has, and we're not spending enough time understanding this. This goes in from a range from like -2 to +2, right? Japan is +2.26, Korea is +2.04, over the line of highest levels of value addition. Switzerland sits in the middle at number 2, but I suspect that Korea will take that position because I guess the making of vaccines and all that helps Switzerland improve their position. You know, countries from like China, even countries like Cambodia has been steadily progressing in this index over the last 10 years. Sri Lanka has lost 2 positions over the last 10 years. We are at a -0.24, -0.24, right? -0.24, when you put everything we do as an economy and everything we export from Sri Lanka, none of our industries, or at least the big industries, are anywhere close to over 0. If you look at the top 200 categories of exports we do, only 5 or 6 cut that mark. So we got to admit that as a whole, as entrepreneurs, as business people, we have not done a great job. As Professor Van Shin says, when you look at that bleak picture, if you try to change everything tomorrow, you're dead. But I love your quote. If you start now, we might be able to change it in 3 years, right? That's where I come from. And that's what I strongly believe, and that's what we have done as a business as well. So how do we do this? It's easier said than done because Professor Ajit De Silva has also been a proponent of this concept. And he and I spoke a little while ago. He said, just haphazardly jumping won't happen because, Korea's story, the education system, to support system, the government, all of that needs to fall into place. Just the industrialists alone can't do this. But I think we need to set the tone because in Korea, if I heard you right, Professor Van Shin, the industrialist takes the first step like Harsha has done in Sri Lanka. Then it is a matter for the policymakers and the governments to come in and play a role. And this is where we need to collaborate as a country and as a region. And I'll jump straight to the model that I have in mind for the lack of time. Over the last 28 years of my career, building an international brand that is in 60-odd countries, bringing premium income, if you look at the tea industry versus what we have done at English Tea Shop, is like worlds apart. Now, to give you a glimpse of Sri Lanka's economy, what Harsha showed is like a 0.0001 of Sri Lanka, right? The real Sri Lankan economy, this will explain to you. Tea is one of the largest agriculture exports. We have million people depending on tea industry, directly solely dependent on tea. The total annual income of tea is about $1.2 billion, exporting about 250 million kilograms, and these are golden crop, right? Trust me, at the economic complexity index or the export complexity index, we have one of the lowest scores of -1.96. So it's all the other industries that's pulling up towards 0, right? From -1.96 to -0.24. If you divide that $1.2 billion income by the million people, you're talking of $1,200 per capita income per person. This is a $4,000 per capita income country, right? There is no hope. If you put productivity thinking to this industry, you'll improve this by multifold. What would that do? Nothing, right? So you need a complete rejig and a rethink, right? This is what we have in our own small way done. And the reason why I'm not talking our story is because as a whole, Harsha and me and all the others that have done different things have not been successful in building case studies to inspire the country. So we got to really go point blank and say we are in a big mess. And we got to really admit it, and we got to change the 90% or the 99%. And that should be the message that we should really have upon ourselves. So the solution, so the model, how do we move out from this, from apparel to agriculture to everything that's in a huge mess? I think it's not that difficult because Korea sits at number 3, true, Japan sits at number 1. But as Harsha said, the world is changing. There are 4 things that I think, 4 pillars, if I may put it that way. They are not research, this is our personal opinion, this is what we have seen in the world. 4 things that can guide us towards a path of exit, and 4 things that maybe allow Sri Lanka in its very weak position of being 77th in this index to jump to a top position and even collaborate with countries like Korea and do the right thing. Is number 1, the planet is collapsing. There is no question about it. We heard from Harsha, we hear in every conference that if we continue growing the way we are growing, if we consume the way we do, if we produce the way we do now, by 2100, we would need 2 planets. So over the last 70 years during the great acceleration, everything good has grown exponentially and everything bad has also grown exponentially. It's a fact that we can't continue this way. The temperature rise is impacting every country so bad, but worst affected are the countries where the low and middle income people live. That's a fact. Social tensions are highest right now, post-COVID. If you look at a country like South Africa, their inequalities are higher than during apartheid times. You can't even explain why, right? Now, that's the bleak side. But countries like ours should look at this with an opportunity mindset. Planetary crisis is real. The social tension is real. Top 10% of the income earners take 52% of global income. The balance half only has, the bottom half only has 8.5% of the income. So as people from emerging countries, it's a matter of turning this around and understanding, are we becoming part of the problem, or are we being, do we subscribe to the solution? Are we building something between global north and global south so that your price transfer, now our business is that. We go to global north, very high prices, representing the true cost to nature, true cost to people, fair price, living wage, proper price for organic. Those are the principles upon which our brand is built. So if you're building a brand now, you've got to really understand and turn around this opportunity, planetary crisis, to hang on to something in a solutions mindset. Just doing what we have been doing in the past is not going to help. That's number one. The second pillar is all the technology that Harsha presented. IR 4.0 is with us. IR 5.0 apparently is coming. We don't even understand what they mean, right? To me, these are like these unknown unknowns. But we don't have to know all of these things. We don't need Harsha's brains to read through what is happening here, right? You don't need to see, if you lift the drones, the AIs, the IoTs, 3D printings, and everything else, you got to really understand what's happening. What are these technologies doing to a broad spectrum of people, right? How are these technologies changing their lives, and why is it happening now? Again, long story short, due to lack of time, when you lift the technologies, you'll see it's pretty easy to understand. These two revolutions together are the most human-centric, most social-centric revolution ever, right? No single company innovation will take us anywhere. Continuous innovation. Harsha will be innovating every day. He has a huge portfolio of things, right? And then, no longer is customer king. It's the entire value chain. It's the entire collaboration across value chains is king, right? When you pull out all the technologies, you'll see this is a very positive change that is being brought by IR 4.0 and 5.0. There is demand for ethicality, authenticity, and purposeful things. We are seeing that in governance now. For the first time in Sri Lanka, people have demanded authenticity in governance. People have to now think that applies to our businesses as well. And if we are to face the planetary crisis, take advantage of the opportunities, what is in demand are solutions that will lift entire communities up. Solutions that will solve inequalities. Solutions that will raise knowledge. So that's my second pillar. Third pillar, something that we Sri Lankans get wrong all the time. Simon Sinek came up with this idea of starting with why way back in 2009. We've been talking about it right, over the last so many decades. We still don't get it right. If you ask any industry of Sri Lanka, except for people like Harsha, why they exist, it's all a commonly shared purpose. If you ask hundreds of players in the tea industry, why are they in this business? It's all the legacy. It's all being best of this. It's all the practices of the past. It's a commonly shared sourcing model, mind you. How can brands be built when your entire sourcing model is commonly shared across thousands of people? So there is nothing unique. Why are you existing? That's the simple question. What are you solving and whose problem are you solving? Nothing. Just because you're best, you have heritage, think of one industry to the other. Anything that you know. If anyone can come out with a purposeful statement, I'll be surprised. We all have a commonly shared purpose statement. When you have a commonly shared purpose statement across the industry, across all businesses, you don't see the opportunity of the planetary crisis. You don't see the opportunity of the technological, the radical, exponential, changes that's happening in technology. The last point. Now, when you have these three understood well, and if you want to be unique in your purpose, there is one thing Sri Lankans have done amazingly well, and I think there was that remark made today. Sri Lankan people. And I think it's common to Korean people, it's common to Japanese people, but then it's very different. In my business, our philosophy is called Prajava. Prajava is the word for community in Sri Lankan, Sinhalese. But it doesn't really translate literally. Why we came up with this principle is to make it the core of the brand so that my 60 countries will buy our brand and will not buy the produce we do, but will buy the purpose, will buy the philosophy, right? Prajava to us represents how Sri Lankans face crisis and come out of crisis, build better after crisis, crisis after crisis. Give Sri Lankans a crisis, there is no other nation that can come out of crisis better than Sri Lanka. So my fourth pillar is, if you understand the planetary crisis, if you understand the technological, the revolutions that's going on, and if you know how to be purposeful and move out of these commodity-styled, age-old legacy businesses, if you use that one strength we have, that's the one way to become unique, because the export complexity index that the Harvard Growth Labs talks of only two things. One is how diverse is your business compared to the rest. Second is how complex your business is compared to the rest. Put your thinking hats and think of Sri Lanka or your own countries. It's mostly the answer to these things is what we do can be done by anyone. Our competition is mostly at home. We just compete with our own selves. So one business to the other, we are all in a trading down pricing war. So to move out of that, one of the key strengths we can use is our people. If we empower our people, now English Tea Shop, our business is built on a people story. People buy our people. That's what we sell. It's our organic farmers, it's our people. The practicing of open book management, becoming employee ownership was not done for charity, was not done because they were good things to do. It was done because these are Sri Lankan spirits. These spirits of Sri Lanka help us help us pitch our brand, differentiate our brand, make it sophisticated, make it differentiated. Otherwise, we are all in a common pool of business, not knowing how to differentiate. We'll still continue to be in the minuses, and then not knowing how to enhance our complexity and sophistication and move into the pluses. So in summary, sorry I had to rush quite a lot of points because of the time rush. What we should do in rebuilding our economy, our country, is to think of diversity, think of sophistication. Every business after business, has to think of that diversity and sophistication. And to do that, planetary challenges, understanding the challenge and rebuilding better, rebuilding new, because even the so-called higher performing countries will have to rebuild. That gives us a leapfrog opportunity. And then lifting the technology wheel and understanding what technology is doing to people, production systems and needs now, and tagging on to make something purposeful. So that's the third pillar. Your business has to be different. Your industry has to be different to everyone else's. Sri Lanka believes in commonality, commonly sharing everything, and that really kills the whole ability to add value, and that kills the ability to differentiate and move up. And then the biggest asset, biggest resource we have in doing that is our people, our Prajava. And if we are able to use this, because otherwise we will apply quality and productivity for the wrong thing. Doing the wrong thing more efficiently won't take us anywhere new. So in order to move to newer paradigms, I guess we have to really use our people and use the other three pillars creatively and masterfully to get to a better place. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Suranga Herath, the founder CEO of English Tea Shop, for those words of expertise and utmost wishes. So with that, would like to call upon once again Dr. Surani Dias, President of SLAAQP and Chairperson of ICQCC 2024, Namal Dharmaratna, Senior Vice President, and Tony Upwatage, Council Member on stage to present Mr. Suranga Herath, also with a token of appreciation. All right, everyone, give it for Mr. Suranga Herath. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a very special launch, the unveiling of the ICQCC 2024 theme song, composed, prepared by SLAAQP. The song was written and produced by one of the council members of SLAAQP, Mr. Dumidu Ranavira. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to enjoy the ICQCC theme song.
Bravo 6, going dark. Power up the brace cannon.
Started with a vision bright, sharing knowledge far and wide. A circle of quality, going beyond the boundaries. A place we all aspire to be. If ICQCC, learning growing side by side. QC stories echo with pride. Innovation, lean, Six Sigma shine. A circle of quality, going beyond the boundaries. Where excellence meets unity, it's ICQCC. Turning visions to reality, inspiring together in harmony, making friends and family. Going beyond the boundaries, celebrating humanity. It's ICQCC. Learning, growing side by side. QC stories echo with pride. Innovation, lean, Six Sigma shine. A circle of quality, going beyond the boundaries. Celebrating humanity, it's ICQCC.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, an acrobatic performance with the unveiling of the ICQCC theme song. So with that, we are ready to wrap up the formalities of the inauguration of this international convention of the quality control circles, the ICQCC 2024. But before we do so, ladies and gentlemen, to say a very big thank you to certain fractions who made such a huge contribution towards the grand success of this initiative. Please welcome the Acting Secretary of SLAAQP, Dr. Hemanta Virakun, to propose the vote of thanks.
I want the Chairperson 49th ICQCC, Dr. Surne Dias, distinguished members of the CCM, respected dignitaries, keynote speaker, Professor Van Sheon, Sri Lanka industry speakers, Dr. Harsha Subhasingha, CEO, CodeGen, Mr. Suranga Hairat, founder and CEO, English Tea Shop, esteemed delegates, government officials, the distinguished invitees, guests, our SLWQ advisors, past presidents, and our members, judge panel members of SLWQP, the president and council members, and our staff. It is both an honor and a privilege to extend my heartfelt thanks on behalf of everyone gathered here today for the 49th ICQCC 2024 Sri Lanka. We have come together from across boundaries, unified by a shared commitment to the pursuit of quality, productivity, and innovation. Embodied in this year's theme, Beyond Boundaries, Quest for Quality, Productivity, and Innovation. Our sincere thanks to Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Harini Amarasuriya, who was scheduled to be with us today as chief guest, but she could not attend due to the general elections to be held in few days' time. Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister, for joining us via video and her ongoing support of initiatives that uplift and inspire Sri Lankan industries to achieve excellence. Our gratitude goes to all CCM members for giving SLWAKP to host the 49th ICQCC in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka and for being present at the opening ceremony, namely Bangladesh Society of Total Quality Management, BSTQM, China Association for Quality, CAQ, Quality Circle Forum of India, QCFI, the Indonesian Quality Management Association, IQMA, Union of Japanese Scientists and Engineers, JUICE, Korean Standards Association, KSA, Malaysian Productivity Association, MPC, National Productivity and Competitiveness Council of Publishers, NPCCM, Quality and Productivity Association of Philippines, QPAP, Singapore Productivity Association, SPA, Sri Lanka Association for the Advancement of Quality and Productivity, SLAAQP, the Association of Pioneer Quality Control Research, PQCRA, the Association of Headquarters of Thailand, QCHQ, for their tireless work and dedication in making this event a grand success. Their commitment to 49th ICQC 2024 remarkable. And we'd like to thank our keynote speaker, Professor Vanshin, who was behind the Korea's transformation, and our Sri Lankan's industry leaders, Dr. Harsha Subhasingha, the chairman, the president and CEO of CodeGen, and we hope that we can get a Vega vehicle very soon for all Sri Lankans and others. And Mr. Suranga Hairat, the founder and CEO of English Tea Shop, who keep our Sri Lankan flag fine in the international market. The Ceylon tea, the best tea in the English market. To our esteemed delegates, without you, we never have a 49th convention, and we must thank them, those who have traveled from far and near countries. We deeply appreciate your presence and continuous support and contributions. Your dedication to the the ideals of ICQCC enriches our shared knowledge and fuels our journey towards innovative practices and sustainable growth. Without you, there will be no ICQCC 2024. A special thanks goes to our President for her guidance as President, Dr. Sunidayas, the council members, the members who worked hard with relentless enthusiasm to organize this incredible event. Your leadership and commitment have made this gathering truly memorable. Our dedicated celebrity staff who worked many months in preparation work, and I would like to thank them for their tireless work burning midnight oil. Our thanks goes to BMICH for providing us with remarkable venue and has facilitated seamless interaction. And to Mount Lavinia Hotel for offering the delegates and guests warm hospitality and delightful stay. Rivenga Dancing Troupe for excellent entertainment. Mr. Ramod Malaka and team for 49th ICQCC theme song. Event organizer Vibrant. Our Campia, Mr. Dushan, and many others. In closing, let us carry forward these insights we have shared, the connections we have forged, and inspiration we have gained by attending this ICQC opening ceremony today. May we continue our quest, breaking boundaries and advancing the journey of quality for productivity and innovation. Thank you once again to everyone, too numerous to mention, who has played a part of success of this convention. Safe travel back, and may we meet again at the next year's ICQCC 2025. Thank you very much. Beyond boundaries, quest for quality, productivity and innovation. Don't forget that we have met in Sri Lanka in November 2024. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hemantha Veerakone, the Acting Secretary of SLAAQP. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, time to wrap up the formalities. Once again, would like to remind you all that tomorrow evening, we're going to have a special cultural event with the participation of all the member countries. So make sure that you all come in your respective dress codes to enjoy the cultural evening taking place tomorrow at the Mount Lavinia Hotel. Everyone else also can now join the dignitaries. So thank you very much, everyone. Would like to wish all you nothing but the best here at this edition, the 2024 edition of the International Convention on Quality Control Circles. Thank you very much.